make any. Be honest. If you know boxing, be honest. There's levels.
Very sharp. So like
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. Don't look like he's 46.
He looks like he's 36 or 26.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis is left speechless after witnessing Manny Pacquiao's incredible training for the Barrios fight. At 46, Pacquiao still displays explosive speed, relentless footwork, and razor-sharp punches. His performance in the gym silences doubts, proving he's not done yet and is ready to dominate once more. Manny Pacquiao's teammates have shared jaw-dropping details about his recent sparring sessions, revealing he looked just as sharp and explosive as ever. Despite being 46, Pacquiao isn't slowing down one bit. According to them, he trains with the same hunger and energy he had in his prime. One teammate noted that Pacquiao went 8 intense rounds without showing any signs of fatigue, maintaining blistering speed, power, and pinpoint precision throughout. His footwork was crisp, and his punches landed with perfect timing. Far from just keeping up, Pacquiao is setting the pace, surprising everyone with how fresh, fierce, and ready he is.
Everybody is surprised, so it's gonna be a good fight.
What's the most impressive? His speed, his power, his footwork?
He's everything. If you don't see him slow down, people say he's slowing down, basically. I mean, that's really surprised because he's sharp, really, to be honest. Very, very sharp. That's why I don't want to say anything else, but
No, leave it at that.
you know,
But how?
leave it that way. But
Okay, so let me ask you this. In 11 days, he steps into the ring at the MGM in Las Vegas to fight Mario Barrios. How does the fight end?
there's a chance of knockout. I
Manny,
can see that.
you can
But
see a
I'm
knockout?
not gonna say one now.
Just that Manny wins either way, knockout or decision.
I don't think decision. Maybe the decision is kind of. I don't know if it's going to be this.
Manny's that
See,
explosive.
everything is- I don't know.
Okay, now let's talk about his son Jim for a second. How talented is his son?
He's very good fighter. You know, he's
Good
going
power.
there.
I've seen him knock people out.
Yeah, he's got the power. You know, but right now he's still, you know, we want him to grow more. You know, so to be ready. Actually, he's ready. We just wanted to work inside. We keep it down.
What's your message to all Pacquiao fans who are watching this, who are getting ready or excited for Manny Pacquiao Barrios July 19 in Las Vegas?
Tune in. It's a coming fight. It's gonna be a very good fight.
Don't go to the kitchen. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't look at your phone.
Yes,
Because it can happen.
Because I know Mario Barrios also is training hard too. Manny also trains like this.
Roy Jones Jr. has voiced strong belief in Manny Pacquiao's ability to capture another world title in his comeback. Despite doubts about Pacquiao's age and time away from the ring, Jones praises his unmatched work ethic, vast experience, and relentless fighting spirit. He calls Pacquiao a rare athlete capable of defying the odds, emphasizing that the Filipino icon still possesses the discipline, tools, and hunger to compete and win at the highest level. Pacquiao's comeback, Jones insists, is no gimmick.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez because that's not the same Pacquiao. Of course, that's not the Pacquiao that's happened in this game. But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever. When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business where it is, because look how much money he made.
Here we go. Who is greater than me? I said Sugar Ray Robinson. He said Sugar Ray Robinson. How many wins he got? I said, got like over 100. He stopped for me. He said, well, who got more championship titles? Me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, whoa, there's more titles now than then. It was just one thing. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said, Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say I saw that as a initiation. This is what you're about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel like the greatest.
Mario Barrios has made it clear that while he deeply respects Manny Pacquiao outside the ring, that respect ends once the fight begins. He acknowledges Pacquiao's legendary status, but sees him solely as a challenger coming to take his title. Barrios insists that no sentiment or admiration will affect his mindset on fight night. He's approaching this bout with the same intensity and focus as he would with any other opponent. His words reflect a serious, no-nonsense approach, showing he's fully committed to defending his belt and not being swayed by Pacquiao's legacy or reputation.
Ever since the fight was announced, I think initially I was kind of just like shocked. Like, man, dude, like Pacquiao wants to fight me. Right? He wants to fight me for my title. I think for the sport, boxing, and I think just sports in general, like Manny is that name. When you think about boxing, right, he's somebody that comes to mind. At least for me, like I've been watching him since since my earliest memories of boxing. Manny has been a name that's like, okay, like he's the man. And yeah, you know, now he wants to come out of retirement. He wants to fight me for my title. I can't look at it as anything other than, you know, it's just another opponent trying to take what's mine. You know, he's outside the ring. I have, you know, nothing but respect for him, nothing but respect for everything he's accomplished, for the person he is, you know, everything he does, you know, for his country and more. But as soon as we step in the ring, you know, he's in there trying to take what's mine.
I'm not training with the mentality, you know, that I'm getting ready to fight an icon, fight a legend. At the end of the day, he's just another man, you know, trying to fight for my title. He's going in there trying to, you know, take my title, and I got to do whatever it takes to make sure he does.
Brian Mendoza has acknowledged Manny Pacquiao's greatness, but remains realistic about the potential impact of age in this fight. He admits Pacquiao still possesses sharp speed and instincts, but cautions that physical decline often shows in the later rounds. Mendoza believes that no matter how legendary a fighter is, time inevitably affects performance. His analysis serves as a reminder that while Pacquiao's comeback is admirable, fans should temper expectations, as maintaining peak form over a full, high-intensity bout becomes harder with age.
Don't say that before the interview.
I know. It's an unbiased opinion.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, you know, even just as a boxing fan, you know, obviously coming up, there's always, you know, seeing Pacquiao's fights and stuff, and now to see the homie, you know, going up against him like that, it's wild, man. It's a wild feeling. I know you're more so for him, but nah, man, I just think at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, the age will show up in the fight. I think at first, you know, he's had people talk about the layoff, but it's also a rest for someone at that age. So I feel like he's going to be rested. I feel like we might see, you know, hints of a little old Manny, no pun intended, the old Manny. Little bits of flashes of that in there, but I think at the end of the day, man, Mario's super sharp. This is the sharpest I've ever seen him, you know, this far in camp. I'm super excited, bro, and he's gonna put on a great show. I still kind of lean towards like a decision, but regardless, it's Mario's way. If there is a stoppage, I think it'll be in like the second half. Like I said, you know, because I think that's really when the age is gonna show. Because you can look good in the gym, man, but once those bright lights are on you, anything that's wrong will come out. So as much of a legend man he is, I think, you know, he bit off a little more than he can chew with Barrios.
Despite doubts about his age, many fans remain confident that Manny Pacquiao's natural talent and ring IQ are still very much intact. Recent training footage has reignited optimism, with supporters convinced he retains the strength and explosiveness to challenge younger fighters. They argue that Pacquiao's unorthodox angles, relentless pressure, and remarkable stamina have always set him apart. Qualities that don't disappear overnight. The growing excitement around his comeback is fueled by belief in his adaptability, experience, and the unwavering willpower that's defined his legendary career.
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Barrios is a tall guy, and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is a champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight, he knows how to win, so you always got to give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.
Analysts agree that Pacquiao's best path to victory is a smart, aggressive start, with stamina potentially fading in later rounds. Many urge him to take control early and use his trademark speed to pressure Barrios. Establishing early dominance can help him build momentum and avoid late-round fatigue. The strategy hinges on exploiting Barrios' slower adjustments while steering clear, prolonged exchanges that could sap Pacquiao's energy as the fight progresses.
I was talking to somebody about Manny coming back fighting Mario Barrios. And this was the analogy I gave. Your timing is just, it slows down. That's time. Time slows you down. And so, to me, I think Manny has to come out very strong, very fast in the first couple of rounds because his gas tank ain't what it used to be. At 46 years old, you come out, and let's just say hypothetically your gas is half full at 46 years old. I'd rather try to use that half tank
When I got something.
in 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And really get off on this kid because he has the kind of style. Styles make fights. He's got the perfect style for Manny to do what he do. But the further that fight goes, the more that's gonna go down. He ain't young no more when it does this. It ain't gonna do this no more. It ain't gonna go down and then come back up. He not gonna create space, take a deep breath, and that thing shoot up the way it used to. He ain't gonna do that.
Observers note that Barrios' defensive style could make him vulnerable to Pacquiao's relentless offense. Many believe Pacquiao has the speed, angles, and precision to break through Barrios' guard with rapid combinations. Critics argue that Barrios' defense contains gaps a high IQ fighter like Pacquiao can exploit. If Pacquiao stays sharp and avoids early damage, he has the potential to put Barrios in serious trouble as the fight unfolds.
Yo, Barrios, bro. Who do you like?
It's hard to know, at the age of Pacquiao, what we're going to get from him, Well, I'll tell you this. Depending on his conditioning, right? Depending on how much he can pop in on that instep that he brought to me, that notorious fast instep, if he can pop in that instep and if Pacquiao can get in, I know he can hurt Mario Barrios. Defense of Mario Barrios is still suspect. He is willing to get caught. You can catch the kid. It's not hard to find.
Questions about Barrios' pedigree persist, particularly since he's been stopped by opponents who arguably lack the power and speed Pacquiao still brings. Analysts acknowledge Barrios as a solid fighter, but note he has yet to prove himself against boxing's elite. This presents a key opportunity for Pacquiao to capitalize, especially by dictating the pace and drawing Barrios into tough exchanges. Many believe this is a winnable fight if Pacquiao remains focused and follows a disciplined strategy.
Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
I am. I'm cool with it. If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was at one time one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine with Mario Barrios, who we know what he is on the top level. He comes up short. He's been stopped by fighters that are less than Manny Pacquiao and Davis. So I like this fight. I think he's not going to be an overwhelming favorite, but I think it'll be a 50-50 fight, regardless of his inactivity in age. His explosiveness, even at this age, his greatness, and the fact that you can never know what Barrios you're going to get. And yeah, man, I like this fight. Why not? Nostalgia, marketable. Everyone will be behind him. It'll be internationally successful. I'm in.
How are you comparing Pacquiao coming back this summer at 46 after not fighting in 5 years to Pacquiao in 2019 fighting Keith Thurman, which came after back-to-back wins over Lucas Matisse and Adrian Broner? Those two scenarios could not be more different.
Some analysts argue that if age weren't a factor, Manny Pacquiao would be the clear favorite. Even now, they maintain his fundamentals are solid and his boxing IQ far exceeds that of many current fighters. They believe the matchup still favors Pacquiao, if he can bring the volume, angles, and footwork that defined his prime. Much of the buzz around his comeback centers on his remarkable training performances. Reports from his camp highlight his sharp movement, crisp combinations, and exceptional conditioning. He's reportedly completed multiple rounds without fatigue, maintaining both physical sharpness and mental focus, reinforcing belief that he's still a serious threat.
Former 8th Division World Champion, now Hall of Famer, Manny Pacquiao is now gearing up to take on welterweight champion Mario Barrios. And this is going to be an interesting fight. Now, I see a lot of people talking about Pacquiao saying that he's a former shell of himself, which he probably is. But make no mistake, 60% Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat on a lot of these young guys. Now, people were talking about Mario Barrios because he beat Udonis Ugas, someone who beat Manny Pacquiao last time out. But styles make fights, and this training footage of Manny Pacquiao training, I don't know. I think Barrios might be in for a long night, especially given his last time out with Ramos.
Paulie Malignaggi has expressed concern about whether Pacquiao can sustain his performance over a full fight. While he acknowledges Pacquiao's top-level preparation, he cautions that age inevitably affects recovery and endurance. Malignaggi points out that even the best-conditioned older fighters often struggle in the later rounds, where stamina and leg strength are crucial. Still, he concedes that Pacquiao is a unique athlete who might defy those limitations and rise above the typical challenges of age.
What do you think about, Manny's decision and obviously getting thrown right into a title shot?
When you get older, your legs are not the same. You may have very good legs for a few rounds, but as you drag out a long fight, your legs start to betray you. I felt that later in my career. I would get into shape, but now all of a sudden, around 10, 11, 12, my legs are dragging ass, bro. Pacquiao, having not fought in a while, 46 years old, a lot of tough fights, a lot of wear and tear on Manny Pacquiao. But Manny had 70-plus pro fights. And he wasn't a defensive specialist. A lot of impact, a lot of back-and-forth impact. He's 46, he had a lot of heavy wear and tear into his late 30s and early 40s. So how are his legs gonna be? That's my biggest thing, because I think, Manny was a range-changing fighter. He was he was that style, in and out. He's not a pocket guy. And an in-and-out guy needs his legs, and needs his legs the whole fight. Unless he lands something big. I will say, I think Mario Barrios. I think.
Barrios has highlighted how many legendary fighters have faltered when attempting to defy time, suggesting Pacquiao could suffer a similar fate, especially if the bout stretches into the later rounds. Barrios believes his youth, endurance, and resilience give him the edge, and history shows that aging champions often get caught when they least expect it. There's a growing sentiment that Pacquiao may no longer possess the knockout power he once did. Critics argue that while he can still land clean, accurate shots, Barrios' durability and freshness might enable him to absorb the punishment and keep pressing forward. They contend that for Pacquiao to secure a win, he'll need more than timing. He'll need sustained power and urgency to finish the fight early.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Manny Pacquiao will actually be fighting Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. If this man comes back and beats Barrios, which, if I'm being totally honest, I don't think he's winning this fight even remotely. I think he could actually get stopped, in my opinion. It's not because Manny's not great or nothing. He's one of the greatest of all time. You could argue that he is the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? 8th division champion. But he's just too old, man. This man is 46 years of age. If he wins this fight, he ties Bernard Hopkins' record for the oldest champion in boxing. That would be crazy. But if I'm being honest, I just don't see him winning. I see him getting stopped, dropping his stop, if I'm being honest. He is having trouble with Ampo, bro. And Ampo not even a boxer, he a kickboxer. And yeah, I just don't think he'll, I just think he's too old, being honest. I just think he's too old for the time. But let me know what y'all think down below.
That wraps up today's video.